Hey everyone, welcome back to BlockBusters. This is the show where we tear apart your favorite overrated movie. Today, we're looking at the horror genre with three films that everyone seems to love, but I really don't get. We have Midsummer, we have Get Out, and we have Long Legs. Now, before you come at me in the comments, let me just say this. I get why people may like these movies, but that doesn't mean I have to like them, okay? So I want to talk about why these movies are not it for me. Starting off, we have Midsummer. This movie, it's about a random inbred cult that takes drugs and murders random Americans. I saw this movie twice. I'm not gonna lie, the cinematography and the setting is beautiful, and Florence Pugh is cool, but the beautiful shots don't really make up for a story that drags on forever. Like, how many times do we need to see people staring at each other or doing like weird rituals? Like, get to the point, you know? Like, I kind of found it a bit ridiculous and cringe, and slowly over time, like it's a heavy movie. I found like my face was hurting from all the mass screaming and the ugly crying. Florence's character is pretty unlikable. She's grieving, but that doesn't make her crying like any less annoying. By the end, I was like, you know what? Maybe the cult has the right idea. Midsummer is about grief. It's about toxic relationships and how cults can exploit vulnerability. The communal crying scenes and Danny's like liberation are at the end are supposed to be profound. And I guess they, as A24, wanted to liberate us too from a 2.5-hour movie with that kind of ending. It's like A24 said, let's make The Wicker Man, but make it pretentious, Scandinavian, 2.5 hours long. We'll add flowers everywhere so your eyes at least have something to look at. That doesn't really add up to much of a good movie. The film exoticizes the Swedish cult while trying to critique that same idea. I think it's just bad. And honestly, if you like this movie, I'm a bit worried about you. The whole nuanced psychedelica nonsense is not deep. And if you can't explain why you like it without sounding like a film bro, maybe it's just bad. Next up, we have Get Out. I know this is going to sound controversial, but hear me out. I understand that it's a social commentary and maybe Jordan Peele is a genius, but as a horror movie, I didn't really think it was that good. And the whole sunken place thing is cool, but it's executed in a really boring way to me. And the twist is white people are evil, like cinema. Yeah, sure, okay. I think we all saw that coming from a mile away. I really didn't like the ending as well. I think Chris just kills everyone and drives off into the sunset. And there's no consequences, there's no deeper meaning. It's just boom, done. It's like they like sort of ran out of ideas and they said, it's good enough. Maybe people will say, okay, you don't get it, you're not black. But here's the thing, I think I do get it. I just don't think it's as groundbreaking as everyone says. Like, it's a good thriller, but it's not the horror masterpiece people make it out to be. And I think it's kind of cliche. Like, you have mind control and evil girlfriend. Like, I think Totally Spies did it better. I think Get Out is a good commentary on systemic racism, microaggressions, and black resistance. I think The Sunken Place is a strong metaphor, and Chris's survival at the end is empowering, but as a horror movie, it's not really scary. The twists are predictable, the ending felt rushed. I felt like they just wanted to make all their points and then just end it. I think it's a good social critique, but it just doesn't work as a horror movie for me, and it portrays like every white character as evil, so it's not that subtle. And finally, we have Long Legs. Oh boy, this movie was a disappointment. I want to remind you guys that this is the same studio that brought us Portrait of a Lady on Fire, Parasite, Perfect Days, and recently Nora. Just to clarify, I am a Nick Cage hater, and I really don't enjoy myself seeing him on screen. So he turned from creepy to annoying the more screen time they gave him. The suspense is cool, the setting is eerie, and the movie scares you like pretty cleverly in my opinion when it wants to scare you, and there's not really that many sudden jump scares, so I'm pretty grateful for that. But granted, without jump scares, this movie doesn't have much to scare you with. It tried to be like deep and unsettling, but it just felt like a bit messy. It had some ideas about weaponizing fear and generational trauma. They threw in pretty much every wild card like creepy trope they could think of. So you had devil worship, evil dolls, some boring like loser city, and like a shack in the forest. And a pretty big reveal. Nick Cage is wearing drag. Like, bruh. I would have loved to see a like Buffalo Bill sort of interaction fully fleshed out, and I think that would have made it more of an intense watch for me. And I think one of the reasons why I didn't enjoy it as much was because I saw all the hype about it on social media, and it just didn't really live up to my expectations. And that's pretty much all I want to say about these three movies. So there you guys have it. You had Midsommar, Get Out, and Longlegs. In my opinion, they're overrated, but please let me know in the comments what you agree and disagree with. Please like, subscribe if you want to stay notified for future episodes. And take care, everyone. See you next time.